Good morning. Yesterday was a merriest Christmas. I'm trying this again. I'm hoping that I'll be able to be less scattered and maybe actually do something. And maybe oh, you can see my yard. Cool. Maybe this is a better place because maybe I can do some crafting things. Crafting things. Um, but yeah, I had an amazing Christmas. My life is starting to get a lot better. My medication is working with my anxiety. So I'm less anxious all the time, and the kitty's getting older, so he is starting to calm down. He's not as much of a little freaking butthead, um, but he's still a little freaking butthead because he's only like 7, 8 months old. So we're still gonna have to deal with that for a little bit, but he's getting he's getting better about things, and so am I. And I'd use the Christmas season to do some nice things for people because I know that a lot of people that I've met recently, like at the shelter, they weren't going to have too great of a Christmas if somebody didn't step in because a lot of us were um, there for various reasons, including that our families um, haven't really been real supportive. And I don't want to say turn their backs on us, though I think you could. Um, but our families haven't been real supportive, and that's something. And I should say some of us did have our families turning their backs on us, but um, those the reason that I was in the shelter didn't really have that much to do with my family. I didn't like what the roommate was doing, and I didn't have anywhere else to go. But now I'm by myself, and I live by myself, and I've been liking it. I didn't think I'd like being by myself. Um, my friends group is I've gotten rid of the bad apples, and it seems like the people that are still around me are just amazing and great people. Um, Despite whatever it was that they had been going through before. Um, I can't be more happy about who my friends are, and I just feel like I'm going into a time frame where my life is going to get better, and um, I just want to kind of see if I can try to stay focused and try to make the world better, and then maybe people can um, give me some ideas of topics to talk about because I'm actually very knowledgeable in a lot of different things, and if I don't know, I can help you figure it out. It's one of those things. But my kids did not come visit me for the holidays, which is so I'm hoping I'll see them soon because the holidays are almost over, and their reasons for not coming is because they've been too busy at work, which yeah, but I do get it because I've had a couple of jobs that were like, you go to work and letting everybody else take time off, and they're telling me I have to work even though I have kids at home, and that was a while ago when I did have at least one of them at home, um, and like a long time ago when I had them both at home, but yeah, so I do know that sometimes your boss doesn't really care about your situation, and I know that's something that if they could change how the world works, then that's one of the things I'd want to change. Like also the way that a lot of companies approach employment, especially for disabled people, because part of the reason there's so many people who are considered disabled is because the bosses don't care about the quality of work. They want it fast. They want it now, and a lot of us can't move fast enough to do it that way, and we're not strong enough to do it that way. Um, but I don't know. I think that might be a little bit bigger thing than I can fix because I'm just little old me waiting on Social Security to make a decision. I did have my Social Security hearing and it sounded good to me, but you never know with the government agencies. So I'm just waiting to find out what they have to say. And it's just one of those things. I don't know how far back they're gonna let me go, and I don't know. I really don't know anything, but it did sound good. So I'm hoping that I understood that correctly, and that they decide in my favor is a good way of putting it. Um, but yeah, right now it's really good. I'm coming up with some really good ideas. I'm starting to do all kinds of things. I'm wanting to do more charity work. Um, I'm wanting to do things that just make people's lives a little better. I just don't, like I said, I don't know a whole lot about certain things, and I'm in a town I don't know much at all, so I don't really know um, who to get involved with to make things better, and what part of the community will even let me, because that's been a little bit of an issue with certain things, like, yeah. But I've just been really glad with, I've been happy with Christmas. We had a nice pizza snacky party on Christmas Eve, and we got together, and somebody gave me a lamp that's not on right now because I don't need it on, and uh, then Kitty got to, he really enjoyed the gifts I gave him. Yeah, I see you. I see you. So cute. So he's been wearing himself out playing with his new toys, and so he hasn't been such a pain in the butt, which is another thing um, that might help me to keep my mind focused, because if I'm getting enough sleep, then I can think better. I think I got a little pudgier than I wanted to, though, but I can deal with that when I start to feel a little better. I got some stomach issues going on right now. I think it's my IBS, and I think I overate on Christmas Eve. So, yeah, it happens. And yeah, I'm just doing a little update and like trying to make things better, and just life seems to be getting better for me, and I was able to do some things that really seem to improve other people's moods, and I'm hoping that as we go into the next year, things will be just continue to get better, and maybe who knows, maybe I'll find somebody, and yeah. Who knows? I'm being more positive. Because one of my friends helped me with some of my issues, so I'm feeling a lot better about myself. As you can tell, I dyed my hair. It was like really bright red, and now it's starting to fade, so it's kind of a raspberry candy, like a dark pink at the moment. Um, it's gotten longer. It's just, I'm starting to feel more like me. I'm starting to feel more freedom, starting to feel more like there's possibilities, and that my life matters, and I guess it's good to be by yourself sometimes. Just figure it out, how to find ways to get people to not be not be around the people who are telling you that you're no good, and um you're only good if you're doing what they say, and you're only a good person if you let them control you, kind of thing. That's not healthy. That's abusive, and it's okay to tell abusive people where to go, and it's not your responsibility if they don't like that. But I will say to be very careful, because some abusive people can become quite violent, and they can actually be a danger. Um, but I do want to encourage people who are in domestic violence or controlling relationship of any kind, um, to not stay, because it's not good. A friendship isn't worth keeping if they're telling you you're not good enough unless you're doing what they say. Even like roommate, or what would be considered domestic violence would be like somebody that lives in your house, a part of your family, and it's more commonly your significant other. but and we all know how those ones tend to go if they can oftenly trick law enforcement into thinking it's okay for them to know where you're at, and it's not. Um, Sometimes people have to go pretty far away to get away from an abusive person, and that's okay. There's probably somebody that'll help you wherever it is you wind up. Um, and you might have to stay in a shelter, which I know sucks, but hey, it worked out for me. The time in the shelter was not pleasant, but there's just too many people for everything that I've been going through. So there's too many different stresses, and they're leaking into my energy and all that kind of stuff, my space, my energy, all that stuff. But I'm not there anymore. I wasn't there for very long. God, I think it was only like 6 months, but it was still, it wasn't pleasant. But I'm glad I did it because now I'm on my own and I'm doing well and I have good friends and I just feel like my life is going in the right direction. Um, I'm in a really nice area where I'm at. There's a park across the street. I can't go there at night, um, but in the daytime, it's usually really safe. Um, it's a big city thing. I haven't lived in a big city before. That was also one of the issues with finding the apartment was that big cities apartments tend to be smaller than like Bellingham apartments or like getting a place out in the county um, where it's cheaper because you have to drive to get to the grocery store. And but this place is big enough for what I need. I can make it work basically. And I'm trying to get some pictures. I got my angels up over here because it was Christmas. The Christmas tree is up over by the kitchen, and you can't see it because I had to put the computer in a different area to keep the cat from walking on it. Yeah, I'm writing you up. I am. Yeah. He's on the couch giving me the stink eye. um, so I'm just doing a lot better and I'm hoping that I can encourage other people to work on doing better too and their physical, mental, whatever's going on with them or even help them with craft ideas. Um, if they if they're if they're looking into something like that. So like, because keeping busy really does help with a lot of problems because then you don't get caught up with all the negative and intrusive thoughts and stuff like that that happen a lot. It's not that you want it to happen, it just does. But like having something to do can help you to feel like I did this and I'm getting better at this, or that kind of stuff to help you to see that you're not all bad. Like you're the messages you got before, or like even what people are telling you now. Um, but we're not all bad. I don't think we're all bad, and I do think that even people who've done horrendous things, heinous crimes, can turn themselves around. I just know that a lot of them don't want to, or whatever that situation is. Because in order to turn your situation around, you have to be able to accept what's your your part in that. And I think that's where a lot of people have a hard time, especially if they are somebody who did something horrible. Um, their part, and then you've got to work on like, how can I make it right? Can I make it right? What can I do going forward and stuff like that? And a lot of people don't think about that. And that had to be like something that I did. And for me, it wasn't too hard because I'm used to being blamed for everything. So I'm like, okay, so what was my thing? And like, what part of this was my responsibility? And then, like in a lot of the situations, it was either that I stayed too long or I couldn't figure out how to get out of it, or even like in this last one, I didn't realize how bad that situation was getting until that day when I left. But I did leave because I wasn't going to put up with that, and I shouldn't have to, and nobody should have to. And it's just we should be more loving with each other. That's part of the reason why you see a lot of people don't even know what the term relationship it means. Because a lot of people that don't know what love is, they think everything is about sex. They think everything is about getting together. They think you're not family, can't love each other, and it's not true. Um, but I'm not sure, and it's like even religion is getting weird these days. It's like I'm like can't tell you some of the crazy things people have told me that they're absolutely certain is in the Bible, but it's not. Or that's what they think they should do if they're a Christian, and it's not. Um, or I should say whatever religion they follow, and it's not. If you actually crack open the book, it's not. Um, so I'm not really sure how to fix some of those bigger problems, but maybe if I can do the little things that I can do and put people on better moods and like make them feel more able, wanting to improve themselves, then maybe that's just a starting point, and I just have to worry about the starting points and not the whole, all of it, because that it probably took a while for things to get bad like they are, so it might take a while for things to get better if we can turn it around. I hope we can, because the way people are these days is just, for the most part, it's not, it's not. But yeah, I'm just trying to make things better, and I'm going into a new year, and I think my resolutions are just going to be really simple ones. Like I'm going to work on my inner peace. I'm going to work on um, myself being happy. I'm going to work on I'm going to try to do little things and maybe find some volunteering to do so that I can feel better about myself and I can help other people feel better about themselves. And so just like start with myself. It's like they say, charity starts at home. I mean, like if your kids are going hungry, you're probably not gonna. You're gonna give whatever money you would have donated to the homeless shelter so your kids don't go hungry. I mean, that's how that works. But I'm hoping that everything is gonna be good and that a lot of other people are having better experiences. Because to me, it just feels like 2025 is probably going to be my year, and 2024 turned out to be the start of a lot of major changes, even though it didn't feel like it, that are going to put me where I need to be and help me to be who I need to be so that I can do what I'm supposed to be doing or what I feel like my calling is. Um, and I just feel like, hey, if this works, then it does. And if not, um, but yeah, I guess I needed that little break after the shelter to just get things figured out. I mean, I'm not in counseling anymore because the medication is working and I'm starting to be able to think. I'm noticing my memories working a little better. Better. I'm having an easier time remembering people's names. I've remembered quite a few people's names, and it's to me that's a big thing because I've never been able to remember people's names. I'll never forget your face, but I wasn't able to remember names. Um, And apparently that's a common abuse survivor thing, especially with the situation that I was going through. We were going through when we were really young, and everybody was using like nicknames, and so you didn't really know their name, just knew what people called them. Yeah. Um. It's been nice to be able to remember names. I still go into the other room and can't remember why I went there, but that's just something I gotta work on. So yeah, hopefully the improvements that have been going on in my life can continue and that things will just get better and that whatever amazing things that are meant to come to me will be coming soon, and hopefully it'll be a really good year coming up, and I'm hoping other people are feeling that way too. So I'm gonna let you guys go because I don't like to make these real long, especially when I don't really have much more than an update. Because then I'll start rambling and start getting all mixed up because I know my brain is kind of mush. But yeah, my life is getting a lot better, and I'm feeling a lot better, and I'm feeling more stable, and I'm feeling like I can do so much more than I felt like I could do before. And still trying to rack my head around not being able to work anymore, but you know, if Social Security finds in my favor, then that's not going to be such a big deal. And this hasn't been growing at all, and I'm not really sure if this is going to be like an income or just something I could do. Just something I can do. For whatever the reasons. So I'm gonna pop off. I'm hoping you guys didn't hear that because that's just some weird going on outside. Big city life is like you always hear like people. I don't even know what they're doing. I probably don't want to know. At night it gets kind of rowdy, and I'm starting to think I can't sleep unless somebody's yelling at the buildings. But yeah, so I'm gonna pop off, and I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas, and I hope you all have a happy New Year, and I hope that everybody's lives can start feeling like they're going forward in a better way coming into 2025. Bye. Talk to you guys later.